Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. From the 6. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Now Hall to start the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Ball again on 2nd down. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. The Packers at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the tough 0-2 start, but come off a very important first win of the season last time out.
And it's tough when you find yourself in an early season crossroads, but that's exactly where they were. At 0-2, they were thinking if we fall to 0-3, things can spin out of control. But now at 1-2, they shouldn't feel the need to press out there. They're now back in a good spot, find a way to win some games, and keep moving forward.
That's one they certainly wish they had back. A loss of 8.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Ask them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops.
The big loss on first down leads to a tricky 2nd down. 18 yards to go. Here's Tannehill. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. Well, this defense for the Packers, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Panther street! Panther street! Hey, check that! Street! Go!
They'll keep it on the ground. Michaels. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Back to throw. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Now a give, right side. Michaels. And he'll get this down only to the 18. This time able to hold on to the football, but not much room to run.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. Takes it at the 7. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader." Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Off play action, Tannehill. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And that's how you shake off the interception he threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. On a jet sweep, here comes Waddle. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Tannehill under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on third down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Michaels. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Right where they set him down started. They need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Get it!
They'll try the left side. Michaels. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. He's got Anderson right side. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
19 take. Buffalo 18.
He'll drop to throw. And it's caught. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
On 1st down, Michaels. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Let's go.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
On the move to his left. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now a give, right side. Michaels. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got Anderson on the slant. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. Looking to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes it at the 7. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the
2nd and 10. Tannehill. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. No gain on the play. And it's second down.
19. Drop 50, drop 50. 19 right.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Go check, go check.
Now a give, right side. Michaels. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and it is 28-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From the 6. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Tannehill. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, that is interception number 4 for him, Charles. 4 here in the first half alone, and they're already trailing by 4 possessions.
Makes me wonder, partner, do they just not have any confidence at all in the backup, or do they just have that much confidence in him? Able to throw 4 picks already, they're certainly hoping that he can turn things around and quickly.
They'll run on 1st down. Michaels. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Here we go.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. They'll keep it on the ground. Michaels. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Ready? Seven Pirates. Ready?
They'll set up a throw. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
Get it. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick, Panther 11, Panther 11.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos have taken a 5-touchdown lead. So this now 34-0 with the extra point pending. And Charles, I thought these guys might have the advantage coming in, but I didn't expect this.
Well, I'm glad we're going with full transparency here because I didn't either. I thought we might be looking at a 24-20 type game, maybe 13-10 at the half. But this has been total, utter domination.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly. And my goodness, another interception. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On first down, Michaels. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. They'll keep it on the ground. Michaels, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Up the middle they go. Michaels, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A 5-yard touchdown run in the final minute of the half. Point after, right down the middle. And it is 42-0. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And, oh, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds. Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Play action. It's Tannehill. And now here is another interception. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is? It could be for the game the way that things are going right now. I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos will extend their lead here just before halftime. They'll try and throw for it. And he is into the end zone, so they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Takes it at the 7. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And this return to net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
Go, Reed, go. Ready.
They'll run on first down. Michaels down to about the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
following the pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6.
Hurt! Right.
They'll keep it on the ground. Michaels. They find some open field here. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Fix the Eagles! Go!
On first down, Michaels. And he's going to take this down to about the 17.
60 Bison, 70 Timberwolves.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Packersons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. And this one too low.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Let's go.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Tannehill. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Throwing again is Tannehill. And my goodness, another interception. And the Broncos are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
First play of the drive there is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. 3rd quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Going up top. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Hey, pass.
On play action, they'll throw. And now another one thrown incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception. So we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Third and long. It's Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here we go on fourth. Tannehill. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead third quarter. Tannehill throwing again. And now here is another interception. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, that means talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Here we go, here we go.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Deep, deep.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. And that is incomplete.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
They snap it to Tannehill. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Broncos extend their lead yet again. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And my goodness, another interception. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Now the try here for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Paul on a give up the middle. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. The Packers on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Tiger. Hey!
Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. That's Samuel caught left side. And he is going to have a Packers first down. And that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give him a new set of downs. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here we go.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw, Tannehill. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
The Packers unable to pick up the first. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 2nd and 3 from the 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Michaels, he pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Cut 19, cut 19, cut 50, cut 60, 19 right.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown from 6 yards away. And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been... Oh, this is blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there's a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now? Much more of a field goal attempt, and the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
and get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Tannehill on first down. And here's Freiermuth again. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 36. From the gun, here's Tannehill. He'll let this go for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
To throw again on second down, Tannehill. And now here is another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Broncos are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, Packer pressure, and down he goes. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Tannehill. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Tannehill now to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Broncos are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Michaels. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the first down. They'll run on first down. Michaels. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up. 6 yards left on 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Michaels. Boy, 194 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Wide open receiver complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards on the play. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and I'm going to tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
Give him 30 yards there.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. From the 6. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Here we go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll go for it. It's Hall. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on fourth down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And an utter disaster as the ball's going to go over on downs at the 2-yard line. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They'll set up a throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the fourth, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. On the draw, it's Hall. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down. One last throw here for Tannehill. And now here is another interception. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead. And it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances. And that one